Nancy was very passionate to others and to the environment. Ever since she was a little girl, she wanted to save the world. Nancy's all about, oh my gosh, mommy, are you going to recycle this? Are you going to put this in the garbage? Oh no, mommy, that doesn't go there. Please, we have to save the planet, mommy. It's just like so refreshing to see her, gearing to her destiny since she was such a young child. So she was born to do what she was doing, and she did it with such passion and kindness and humility. Honestly, in all sincerity, I would describe Nancy as someone who went through domestic violence. It was a domestic crime because my daughter will never settle for anybody who want to hurt her on a daily basis. That's not my daughter. That was a domestic crime because she knew or she knows what to look for. She knows how to put a stop to abuse, if there were any. She will never settle for being abused. That's not the character my daughter had. And that's not what we taught our girls, to sit down and let anybody treat you any kind of ways. That's not what we raise our girls to believe in. And any parent should not allow that to happen to their girls. That was a domestic crime, not domestic violence. In my perspective, don't know what transpired. It has to be something that was said that the other party probably felt that they were about to lose, couldn't take it, or could not live without Nancy because she was to be promoted for another office. Not everybody can withstand that. To them, oh my gosh, you're going to go above, you're going to go all the way there. What about me? What about me? Honestly, how could you even think of such prevention methods? Because when you don't see the person in that light, that would never want to hurt somebody, especially somebody that they always demonstrated that they care about, they love. So how could you say that person is not allowed to practice their Second Amendment? And we knew that he had his weapons and he was doing it. He acquired them for business purposes. How could we know that he was not or should not have them in his possession? It could be a spur of the moment action on that person's part. It's a very big loss, not just for our family, for the community, for the whole nation. For that reason, I have people calling me from Canada, London, asking about Nancy. Organizations from Haiti taken by that loss because Nancy was all over. Nancy was not just for her family. Nancy was for the world. That's what she embodied, helping not just her, not just people that she knew close to her, but everybody that needed her. That's Nancy. That was my little girl. What I would suggest is to have an open line of communication. Especially, I know boys don't like to open up to anybody. I don't know if it's the testosterone. I don't know. But open line of communication. Have your children speak to you anytime, every day. My girls, every day we text. Every day, sometimes 3 to 4 times a day. Talk about work, family, life, whatever it is. We talk every day, 3, 4 times a day, if not more. Whenever we think about something, whenever we need counseling from each other, we communicate. That's the best way. I decided to run for Nancy's seat because I want to continue the legacy that she started. Because Nancy was all about the environment. She was all about community. She was all about getting people together. I want to be able to make or to continue that same legacy, because that's the right thing to do. She had 2 more years, and she had made a commitment to the city of Coral Springs to finish her term. Unfortunately, she's not here. As a mother, I'm stepping forward to finish it in her honor. So as a parent, I have lost 2 children to gun violence. It is the most painful experience a parent can go through. And it's something that you could never get used to. Losing your children unexpectedly like that. So what I would love to see in this community, in the government, is some policies to help us to save our children, because there's one too many deaths, not only in my community in Coral Springs, but throughout the nation. We need to do something. It's about time. Of course, like I said, I believe in the Second Amendment, but there should be more screening before somebody can possess a gun. That's my standpoint on that.